What's up, everybody? This is an interview I did with a kid named Christoph. He's a kid and he's barely old enough to drink, but he's old enough to make a boatload of money. And he started with me. He was doing about $8,000 a month. He's now doing over $50,000 a month. And he talks about all the things that he did to have really fast growth. So if you're looking to grow your gym quickly, this is a great interview with Christoph. Check it out.
Hey,
What's up, young man?
how's it going, Vince?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing very well today. Happy to be here.
Happy you're here. I'm going to take a picture of us. Smile. Awesome. Well, thanks for doing this. I just had two banger interviews.
Awesome.
Oh my God. These I'm expecting no less for with the one with you, but I am like the first one I was like crying. Bobby and do you know Bobby and Maria?
I do not know.
Oh my God, they're amazing people. You should definitely get in touch with them. Are you coming to the November meeting?
Hmm.
So they'll probably be at the November meeting, but amazing people. They've done super well. They just opened up their second location. Have done great, but they're husband and wife, but they had like a lot of struggles in the very beginning, and to see where they're at now is like amazing. But so, and then another guy named Jason Marr, he owns North Star Personal Training. He's done really well too.
Awesome.
So yeah, so really cool. And it's funny. I printed out the thing. Did you put your answers in the sheet?
I did. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like
I was just
reading
taking
this.
some notes.
And I'm reading this and I'm like thinking, oh, I was like, ChatGPT did a really good job of putting the answers in. And I'm like, what? I was like, this sounds a little bit like Christoph right here. So before we start, I'll do an official start. The purpose I'm doing is I just kind of, I'm almost done with this book, The Eight Profit Levers. And I wrote a book probably about 6, 7 years ago called The Four Stages. And basically outlines the four stages. But I realized that most gyms are in stage one where you were when you started. And the best thing I can do is create a very specific resource to help gyms go from stage one to get to stage two. And that's all it is. It's just like 100%. It's exactly your story. And that's why I picked you because you legit were in stage one and you have now at 45, close to 50K, are in stage two now, which is amazing. And
Mhm.
so I picked you and two others to do these interviews with. And then I'm going to be transcribing the interviews to put them in the book. I'll also be using this as a podcast episode as well. But yeah, I appreciate you doing it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, it's very fresh in my mind, so it's a good time to
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And the big thing I want to do is shine the light on knowing that, hey, not everyone, I don't want to say lucky, but not everyone has taken your path. A
Mhm.
lot of people are struggling for a really long time. So there could be guys listening to this that, have been doing what you were doing at 8K for, you know, 7 years.
Yeah,
I know you retired and you have no free time, but can you imagine doing that for
right.
that amount of money for an extended period of time? And that's kind of what I'm trying to help,
Yeah,
as people
I
get
love
out of
that.
this. And I think your story is inspiring, to people that can be like, oh, wait, I can do that too. I can do that too.
Hmm.
All right, awesome. Let me get started here. We'll get right into it. Born Fit. That's the name. It's Born Fit Academy or
Training Academy. But
okay,
we just go by Born Fit for the most part.
Born Fit. And what is the city that's in
Millwood,
Millwood,
but Westchester County is more well known.
Westchester, New York?
Yeah.
And how do you say your last name?
Sauerborn.
Sauerborn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. All right, guys, welcome to another special episode that we are doing in conjunction with my new book, The Eight Profit Levers. And what I've done is I wrote a book called The Eight Profit Levers that is specifically designed to help gyms go from stage one to stage two. And from a revenue standpoint, basically between 0 to 25K and getting those gyms from anywhere from between 0 to 25K to 25 to 50K. And the entire book is based around that. And what I did was I picked a few people that did exactly that, that went from, join me and, whatever they decided to sign up for, whether it's Surge or SPF, whatever, but they were doing between 0 and 25K and they have scaled past that amount of money. And I picked three awesome people that to use. And obviously they're being transcribed in this book, but also these interviews here. And today I have none other than Christoph Sauerborn. Oh man,
Yes,
see
sir.
like Sauerborn. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And he has a gym called Born Fit in Westchester, New York. I was at his gym not that long ago. I stopped up at his gym on my way to speak at the Perform Better conference. It was awesome to see it live and in action. And it's funny because I have not personally worked with you very much. I've only heard great things of like all the stuff that you have going on. And then I showed up at your gym and I was like, hey, how much money are you doing right now? And he told me, and I almost like fell off the stool. I was sitting on one of the benches and I just like almost fell off. I didn't realize he was doing as well as he has. But so super excited that you're here, brother. Looking forward to the
Yeah,
interview.
I'm happy to be a part of it.
Awesome. So let's go. So obviously, I'm painting this picture of going from stage one to stage two, right? And one of the reasons why I picked you is because I saw that the revenue level that you were at was around 8K a month when you
Mhm.
first kind of joined and started with us, which is kind of allowed this or similar number where a lot of other people in the group have started and where I think a lot of people in the gym space are right now. And paint that picture for me of what life was like back then.
Yeah, totally. So that was I signed up with you guys on SPF in July. We opened up in May, so it was only a couple months that I had actually been open. We had about 20 members at the time, and I didn't know much about organizing a schedule or much in general. I was leading all of the sessions, and it was just a one-man show. I would run all the coaching sessions. I was handling all of the memberships. I was recording all the content. I was running my own ads at the time, doing my best just to get my name out in the community. But it was all of me, pretty much giving just my 100% energy into the business.
And so, what were the challenges that in that spot when it was all dependent on you? Because I talk about this in the book, is like that is the big problem with stage one, that it's not like always horrible, but it always is dependent on you. And if something happens to you, yeah, this thing, it's like the example I always give is LeBron, you're LeBron and you're playing the game with four middle schoolers, right? And if all of a sudden LeBron, which is you, you're out, that team gets bad really quickly, right? So what were some of the challenges that you faced, in that time of making that amount of money, of spending that much time doing everything, what were some of the challenges you faced there?
Not having enough hours in the day for
Mm,
me to focus on getting new members. I Again, I was running all the sessions, and back at that time I would just open up any hour for somebody if they wanted to come train. I'm like, I'll work with you. So I was coaching on the floor for about 10 hours a day and didn't have much bandwidth to record the content and then learn about how to run ads on Meta. So that was the hardest part for me. It was getting my name out there in the community.
got it. And what was the challenges from like how you feel standpoint? Were you getting burnt out? Were you frustrated with the amount of money you were making? Like what were the things that you're like, like the bad stuff that maybe made you be like, I might need some help.
Yeah, well, I wasn't paying myself anything for the
Okay.
first
So you're making no money.
no money for the first 4 months. And I also didn't take a single day off. And on that note, I wouldn't really call it burnout. I was definitely drained, but I loved everything that I was doing. It was everything I wanted to do. I definitely had the thoughts in the back of my mind coming from the world of finance as an investment banker. I'm like, well, now all of my peers are doing a lot better than me, and I'm here kind of spending all of my time just to bring nothing home. So all of those doubts were definitely in the back of my mind, and I was drained for sure.
That's it. Hold on. Let's stay there. So I didn't know that you were in investment in banking industry.
Yeah, so
So
right
what
out of
was that
college.
like going from probably making decent money to making $8,000 to making no money,
Right.
right? $8,000 is revenue. Like
Yeah.
that's not what you were making.
Nope.
You know. So like what was that like? Like that, that's probably got to be hard.
It was definitely challenging in the beginning. But I will say this, every morning I woke up with a smile on my face once I opened my gym. And I could not say the same when I was working at the bank.
Hmm.
And that to me was priceless. So I always knew it was going to pan out in the end. I knew I was going to exceed what I would have been able to make working at the bank. So it was just a matter of time. And once I hit that level, once I knew I was paying myself more every month than I was making at the bank, that was a big milestone for me.
What was the thing that made you leave the bank?
I saw the next 10 years of my life flashing before my eyes, and I didn't like where I was going to end up.
Where do you think you would have ended up?
Unfulfilled, unsuccessful in all the markers of life that don't include making money or being successful. I was very unfulfilled. Every single morning I would go into the office. I was sitting behind a computer screen for, upwards of 10, 12 hours a day. And it felt like my work had no purpose, that there was no meaning behind all of the energy I was giving to it. And that was burnout to me because even after 4 months or 5 months of doing that, I felt like I couldn't take it anymore. And then once I realized that, I was pretty quick in my decision. I gave my 2 weeks notice. I'd already been kind of setting the stage for my gym in the last 2 months that I was working there. So I was definitely coasting while I was working there. I was not a good employee by any means, but I knew what I wanted to do with my life. And once I had the lease signed, I gave my 2 weeks notice and hit the ground running.
It's really interesting. And I didn't know this coming into the conversation that that's what you did. And I think that there's a lot of people out there that are struggling as a gym owner right? And there's burnout setting in, they're not making money, and they're possibly thinking about doing something different,
Hmm.
like becoming an investment banker, right? Or whatever, right? Or getting a job with some security. And here you are that had that, right? I imagine you were making decent money. You had, security, you probably had benefits, like all that stuff that comes with the corporate job. You had all that. And I think that there's a lot of people that aren't able to make the gym thing work that think that, you know, there's this line of the grass is always greener, but it's fertilized with bullshit, right? And so it's like, man, you just told us that it's not better on the other side and you can make it work as a gym owner. So talk to me about, so that's great. That's a great insight right there. Talk to me about the decision to get some help? Like, what was you're, and I'll be frank, like your situation is not like some of the others we've had where there's severe financial problems or severe. You're a young guy, you were trying to make it work and you were working a lot, but you weren't in this like shit storm of a period of time. Right. But you did realize that you needed some help. What was the kind of the moment that you realized, like, I want to get some help to take this to the next level?
I honestly can't say that there was one moment that told me that, but I've always been a believer in using money in exchange for time. And so in this case, I knew that eventually if I wanted to go solo, I could probably figure it out on my own after maybe like 5, 10 years, but I didn't want to wait that long. I wanted the kind of the blueprint to follow and just know that if I followed these steps, I'm going to get to this level. And so I was looking for some type of education, some type of, program that would give me accountability as well as teach me what I needed to do. And I found you guys, thankfully, after reading your book.
Is that how you did it? You read the book?
Yeah, got your book.
Which book did you read?
It was this small group personal training handbook. I can't remember exactly. I should know this, but I saw an ad on Instagram. I clicked on it. You sent me the book, and that's what I read. And then I
Did
attended the July mastermind event.
Was it the physical book or is it that download?
No, it was a physical book.
It was a physical book, so we sent that
Yeah,
to you in the mail.
exactly.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so like so you got the book, you read the book, and then you got invited to one of the events and you attended
Mhm.
the event, and then you
Yeah.
eventually joined Mastermind. And so when you joined us, when you started working with us, you were doing 8K,
Mhm.
right? You're currently, I'll fast forward, right, for everybody, but you're currently, and how old are you, my man?
23.
You're 23 years old. Okay, I want to tell you what I was doing at 23. All right, I was getting drunk at 23. I was making zero money because I think I was still playing college football at the time at 23. And this 23-year-old punk is making $50,000 a month. I think you told me 45 when I was there, but now it seems like from your report you're closer to 50 now.
Yes.
So in a very short amount of time, you've gone from $8,000 a month to $50,000 a month. You've really blasted through stage one, and you are now a stage two gym owner. Talk about the things that happened to help you go from 8K all the way to 50K.
Again, there's no one gold or silver bullet. It's a bunch of golden BBs. One of the biggest changes I made was a mindset shift in the beginning around just the concept of giving away my service or my value for free. I think in the beginning I was so caught up in how much I'd poured into the business and to all of the training sessions that I thought it would be a waste of my time to just bring people in for free and let them use my service. But the thing is, it's not wasting time at all. What that allowed me, so what I did is we ran a buddy month where people could bring a friend to train with them the entire month for free. I did a bunch of free giveaways with as joint ventures as well as just like a sweepstakes I would run within my community. And not only did that give me more reps of doing the service that I was providing, so coaching four people at once, it helped me become a lot better at that skill. It also helped me make our programming a lot more simple and efficient. And then all of those people, I built up so much goodwill and rapport and trust with them over that month that all of them, I can't think of a single person that didn't end up sticking around with a membership after that. And so I think hearing from you guys that it's okay to give stuff away for free was very impactful for me, and that was a big shift for me that I hadn't come to grasp with just quite yet. And so yeah, all of the playbooks that I learned from you guys, so like we did like Buddy Month in August last year, we did a Black Friday deal, we did giving the gift of fitness, and all of these ways that we started bringing more people into the community. And then because of how much value we gave them, they felt compelled to tell their friends and their family, and they turned out to be some of the biggest like referrers within the community. So that was, if I can point to one big shift that I made, it was that mindset around giving my service away for free, especially in the beginning when I had spots open, so I might as well fill them.
How did you going back to the Buddy Month, what were the things that you did to promote that? Like how did you let your clients know that you were doing the Buddy Month? And did you do just one? Did you do multiple? Like how does that work?
I did it for, yeah, just 1 month, and it was really all through email, and we put flyers up in the gym letting people know.
Hmm.
But that was pretty much it at the time. Just messaged all of my clients through email, and I only had like 30 clients at the time, so I'm pretty sure I also just texted all of them. um,
Yeah.
did whatever I needed to make sure that they knew about it.
Good. And have you done any stuff like in the community? I know that I think you're from the area
Mhm.
that your gym is in. Like, have you gone out in the community and done stuff at all and gotten new customers there? What have you done from there?
100%. So we ran a joint venture with a nutritionist in the
Oh,
area.
nice.
We just tapped into her email base and we sent a campaign out.
What did you send? Tell me about the campaign.
We were giving I think it was fall into fitness, or no, we ran a fall fat loss detox last year, and again, we're running that this year. But we we gave away 5 free spots in the program to her clients, and what I did is I just had an application form that everybody filled out. So I think we had 30 applicants over a course of like 7 to 10 days. And we selected 5, but the other 25 reached out to, and I offered them a free 2 weeks or a free month just to give them value for free. And I got a lot more of those people in as well, just not even
So,
doing
you,
that this week.
okay, so you did. So Christoph's talking about a play that we have taught called the joint venture sweepstakes. And this is basically where you partner with a joint venture and you give something away for free to a certain number, like you were giving away 5.
Mhm.
And then usually more people apply, and then you follow up with the people that didn't win to make them an author. So for those listening to this, like that is a really, really good play. And you can do this with a nutritionist, but you can do it with like
I
any
did it
kind
with
of.
my jujitsu gym as well. We got
Did
a
you
bunch
really? Oh, how
of,
did
yeah.
how did it go in the jiu-jitsu gym?
Amazing. It was a lot of the men that I would grapple with. They would refer their girlfriends to it or their wives.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think we have like 5 of them who are continuing to train with us now.
Very good. And what is so 5, so how many did you get from the nutrition one?
We ended up with we had 12 new signups after the so we had 5 from the sweepstakes. All 5 of them stuck around, and then we had 7 people who I gave like a free 2 week trial to or a free month to.
So 12 from that one thing.
Mhm.
And what did it cost you to do?
Just well, time, but because it was just me at the time, I didn't have any coaches that I was
Right,
paying.
well, no, but time to fulfill the sessions. But I mean,
Yeah,
what did it cost you to
zero
zero?
dollars. Yeah,
Okay, so let's do some math here. All right, so Christoph, what do you charge a month?
on average $400.
Okay, $400. And then, you know, would you say lifetime customer value? I know you're somewhat new, but we'll call it 12 months.
Yeah, our churn is very low, but I mean, our lifetime value is just above $10,000 per member.
Okay, so $10,000.
Mhm.
So for those listening to this at home, Christoph spent $0 to get this nutritionist to send this email out. How many emails did she send?
Just one.
One email.
Hmm.
So one email from, and it's funny because this is in the book. I forget which chapter it is, but I talk about, no, you've heard of OPM, right? Other
Hmm.
people's money. Okay. Well, I love more than OPM, OPC, other people's customers. And that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
Right. So this nutritionist built trust with all of her customers. She sends one email out. All right, one email out. I'm doing some math for you guys at home. 12 signups. Now, this isn't just people that came in for the free thing. They signed up, right?
Hmm.
For a membership.
Yes, sir.
That's $10,000.
Hmm. Well, a lifetime value.
Lifetime value. So you essentially, in a life from a lifetime value standpoint, made 120K.
Not bad.
That's from one nutritionist email,
One
from one
one
email.
email, yep.
Absolutely incredible. Now, man, I'm sure the people listening to this would like to see that email that the nutritionist sent. Well, that's a secret of Christoph, so you'll have to call him and ask him. Very cool. What else? So you've done and you did the same play with jujitsu. You've done that. So you did the buddy week referrals. What are the other ways that now let's talk about ads because I know you were running your own ads
Mm-hmm.
and then you ended up, I believe you hired Kiss Marketing, who's now under Gym Member Machine. I sold the company Kiss Marketing, who's now under Gym Member Machine, but same team and
Hmm.
same everything. Tell us how that shift went from when you, because that's another leverage point in the book, right? Because we talk about profit levers, and it's like, how do we get more from less? Like you just described it. You sent one email and you made 120K. Well, ads is kind of the same thing. You invest a certain amount of money, you don't really have to do anything, and the leads just kind of come. Talk about that
Exactly.
transition from doing it yourself to having an agency do it for you.
I mean, exactly what you just said. So we signed up with them in February, and the biggest thing was just that I didn't have to worry about all the technology behind it. I also didn't have a CRM before I started working with Kiss, and so what I would have to do beforehand is like log into the Meta Ads platform, check to see if there were any new leads that I could download, and it was all a manual process. But now, I record my content, my ads that I want to send or that I want to post, send them over. They run the ads for me. They make all the optimizations that they believe are best. And then with the CRM, anytime a lead comes in, I get notified right on my phone, so I can contact them instantly, and I don't have to worry about doing any of that from manually. It's just automated for me. We
Is
also
that
have
how you're doing it before manually?
everything, everything. But now with the CRM, it's so much more seamless, and it saves me so much time.
Got it.
Hmm.
Another leverage point. That's actually one of the leverage points is just a good follow-up system,
Hmm.
and following up with leads, and a software is a big piece of that.
Definitely,
Yeah. Okay, great.
that was a huge help.
So really, it wasn't just the running of the ads, but it was the automated software that helped you keep track of everything.
Right, and following it.
Um, and following up saved you a lot
Mhm.
of time and energy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, good. How has the return been on the investment from the ads? Have you seen a good return on investment?
definitely have. Yeah, I don't know, I don't know the exact number, but
Okay.
we get a bunch of signups every single month, and they're helping it a lot. So I don't even know.
And what is your ad spend right now?
Just about 1,000 a month, so 50 a day.
Okay, so basically
Or,
you're
or,
spending, yeah, you're spending $1,000 a month.
Mhm.
I mean, literally, if you got at your lifetime value of $10,000, if you got one customer,
Yeah,
it's totally worth it. Sounds
exactly.
sounds like you're getting more.
A lot more than that.
A
Yeah.
lot. Ballpark it? How many customers do you think you're getting from the $1,000 ad spend?
From the ad spend specifically, I would say about 5 to 7 new members a month.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
phenomenal. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's phenomenal. Yeah, great. Awesome. Well, this is exciting. It's very, refreshing talking to you and seeing how fast and quickly you've been able to move through. Point this snapshot of the business now. Like tell us, where the revenue's at, where the profit's at, where this team is at, where your schedule's at. You started an 8K at 8K one man show, doing everything, getting tired, I won't say burnt out, but like kind of like spinning your wheels a little bit.
Yeah.
Just paint us the picture of where things are like today for Christoph
They're pretty
at
good.
23 years old. Damn it.
Well, I over the course of a week, I went from probably 80 hours down to maybe 40 hours a week now. I'm back to I'm in the gym a lot right now because we just brought on 2 new coaches. So we have now 3 coaches on staff, one full time and two part-time coaches at the moment. I'm pouring a lot of my energy just into team development at the moment. That's really the next quarter for me. That's all I'm focused on. Revenue wise, this will be our first 50K month, which I'm very happy about. And the past couple months, we've been above 45K. So we're steadily trending above that line now. Profit is just above 30K. For this month, it'll be a little bit higher, but that's where we've been at the past couple months, past 2 to 3 months.
So
Um,
your profit is $30,000, not 30%.
correct. Yeah,
30. So your margins are close to 60%. Holy God.
doing all right. But yeah, I'm in the gym a lot, really
Right.
at the point because I want to be there. And I also still am working with a bunch of private clients at the moment. And another focus of mine at the moment is starting to either pass them on to my new part-time coaches or to have them work into our semi-private program. But that's life at the moment. I have a lot more free time on my hands. I get to go to jujitsu class at lunchtime. I'm getting a lot more sleep. We're closed on Sundays now, so I have the full day off. Finally moving out of my mom's house tomorrow, so excited for that.
There you go.
And yeah, that's really the gist of it at the moment. It's exactly where I want it to be at this point, and now it's just about not being complacent, but seeing what's next, how I can scale this further from here.
And where do you want to take it? From here, you have one really good gym.
Mhm.
Where do you want to take it from here? Where do you see yourself in the next few years?
I see myself with multiple locations. I see myself by this time next year, I want to have my second location at least with 50 members in it. Beyond that, like my 3-year vision is to have 3 training studios that are each paying me at minimum 20,000 a month with really no involvement in those businesses or no coaching on the floor, maybe just managing the team. So that's where I want to be in 3 years. In 1 year's time, I want to have my second one almost at, call it 50% capacity. But for the time being, I can't get to my second one until I'm comfortable with this one running without me. And so at the moment, it's all about team development, which we're doing all right with. We're doing pretty well. I'm very happy with the way my team is running at the moment.
Awesome. Awesome. So I want to end with this question for you. If you're, you know, obviously I want you to picture who's reading this book, who's watching this interview, and if you were giving those people advice that were where you were at 8K a month, 9K a month, 7K a month, wherever they are, and you were going to give them a piece of advice on what they need to do to get where you are today, 45, 50K a month, what are the things that you would share with that person?
Well, the first thing is they need clarity on what they need to do. So if they know what they need to do, great. But if not, I'm a big proponent of investing in yourself or investing in your business by getting help. Once they have the clarity and they know what they need to do, a lot of times it requires the LeBron of the business to put their head down and just grind until they can get their head above water. Long hours, just sacrificing sleep, sacrificing time with the family, whatever it takes. But if the goal is as important to them as they make it seem, then that's what it requires from them. And if in any lens, if they don't believe that they can take their business where they want to go, then it's not going to happen, period. So having the mindset of I can do this and I will do this is really the mantra that has gotten me this far to my point. I mean, there's nothing you can't do. As long as you know the playbook, you know what's required of you. All it takes is effort and love, really. So you got to love what you're doing, and if you do, and you can tolerate that suck period for a while, just keep going and stick to the game plan.
So getting clarity and knowing what you need to do. How did you get that? Was that just there for you? Does that just happen? But like where did you, because I think a lot of people struggle with this. A lot of people struggle with they don't know what they want, they don't know what to do. If someone was to ask you, it's like, all right, clarity. How do I get that? What do I need to do to get it?
Are you talking in a lens of somebody who's a gym owner, not
Yeah.
knowing what the next step is? Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Knowing what the next step is now from
Like how did you get it?
how did
Or
I
was
get?
it
Well,
just there?
I will say I've stood on the backs of giants throughout my life, so I've gotten a lot of help. I've pretty much studied the playbook of running a gym all throughout college, even though it wasn't part of my degree, because I knew I wanted to do it one day. And so I had a lot of clarity heading into it, but I ended up getting caught in the weeds. And so the biggest help for me from you guys was just helping me get my head above that and seeing the bird's eye view again. So I got my clarity from really those the boxers with Joe Hashi, the mastermind events that you guys hold, the weekly meetings, all of that was really helpful for me and just reminding me of what the correct actions were to take at the moment.
What take me back to that? You said you were in college and
Mhm.
were you an intern at a gym or like what was that? Did you
Yeah,
were
so I read up on it. It's like Alex Hormozy's book, Gym Launch. I think I read that maybe 30 times. And I had a whole note sheet broken down with that. I listened to any podcast I could find online. Yours was one that kept popping up. And I did intern at a gym. I worked as their social media manager for a while. It was a semi-private training studio in Manhattan, and I got very close with the owner. He sort of took on the role as my mentor, and so he would just answer any question I had at the moment, and it was super helpful. So I got a ton of help leading up to actually opening a gym, and I felt like I really knew what was needed in order to get to where I wanted to go, but getting caught in the weeds was a part of it. And having people in my corner that I could just talk to whenever and get the clarity I needed at that point was a huge unlock for me.
so a big thing of the clarity for you was seeing what's possible, like
Mm,
seeing the success, at that gym in Manhattan and at from the books and from the things you read.
definitely.
But really the clarity came from you being like, oh, this is what it's like. This is how to win. This is the playbook, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
That's where so the clarity came from other people.
definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh,
Yeah.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not that
Yeah.
creative.
Yeah, which is great because, like a lot of times it's just like, it's like the whole Roger Bannister principle, right? You're maybe too young, you don't know who Roger Bannister is, but Roger Bannister was the guy that broke the 4-minute mile.
Mm,
And they basically thought that, hey, no human being can run a mile in under 4 minutes. Their body will explode if it happens. That's like what they thought.
yeah.
And all of a sudden, Roger Bannister did it. And then a month later, someone else did it. And then a month later, someone else did it. And then a
Mm,
month later, someone else did it. Right. And it wasn't until one guy did it that all these other people started to do it because they saw that it was possible
yeah.
and they started to believe it was possible. And I think that's
No
kind of what
doubt.
you're saying.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also, at the time, I didn't really know what type of gym I wanted to run. So I thought I wanted to open a big box gym like an Equinox or an Anytime Fitness. And then working at a semi-private training studio really showed me that that model suited me a lot better. So getting the clarity on what I wanted my gym to even look like in the first place, 100%. It was only from other people that I was able to find that.
Good. So, yeah. So, really, your advice is get in the room with people doing what you're doing. And that
Hmm.
may be a step ahead of you. Yeah.
Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Awesome, man. Well, this has been, I'm very, very excited for the future. I mean, what you've been able to accomplish at such a young age is really impressive. And you're still doing jujitsu at the same time. You're moving out of your mom's house, all kinds of cool stuff happening for you. You gonna get your purple belt too? Like, which belt are you?
Yeah, blue belt right now.
Oh, you're a blue belt? Okay, very
Yeah.
cool. Very cool. Yeah, so maybe you get your purple belt soon, or did you just get your blue belt?
No, I mean, it's kind of just like an honorary thing. I don't do gi. I do no gi. So
Oh, you do know? Yeah. Oh,
they
cool.
just gave it to
Yeah.
me because yeah, I've been there for over a year now.
Nice. Oh, that's super cool. Yeah, my son is fully into it.
Yeah. Oh, I get the emails.
He's now a yellow belt or yellow. He's yellow with a white stripe. It took him. I mean, he's been doing it for 5 years,
That's awesome.
and so he's like, but he's getting. We're now doing 30 pull-ups a day, and the kid is getting strong.
Hell yeah.
And
How
it's
old is
like
he?
he's 9
Nice.
and he's getting strong. Like last night we did 45 pull-ups with 9 pounds of external load.
Wow.
And he's 80 pounds. So he did 45 pull-ups. We do it in sets of two, sets of
Okay.
2 to 3. But yeah, it's funny to see. his jujitsu get better as he gets stronger.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
And you retired from jiu-jitsu, right? So you
I'm
might be able to
trying.
beat you up there.
I'm thinking about it. After my retirement from agency life, maybe I'll come back and I'll come back around. But we'll see. I keep saying it. But no, man, awesome job. Super proud of you. You're doing amazing work. Keep up the great work, and we'll look to see big things for you to come in the future.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for all of your help. I really appreciate you.
Got it, bud.
Have a good one. Bye.